ASMR video. I'm not gonna lie, this is really intimidating, I guess. I've listened to ASMR for a very long time. Always been a fan of the community and obviously the YouTube videos, but I never had the, I guess you could say, the courage to try one myself. So I thought, new year, new me, that old chestnut, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a go, as I have quite a bit of the equipment at my workplace. So I thought, why not, let's give it a try. So please be gentle as we go through this first video. So yes, like I said, welcome to my first video. My name's Jerry. As you can see by my YouTube name, Scalabrese ASMR. For those of you who are familiar with pro sports, especially NBA basketball, you'll be aware of a player called Brian Scalabrine. If you aren't aware of who that is, just go to YouTube and quickly look up Scalabrine highlights, and you'll see exactly who Brian Scalabrine is. A big, tall, ginger dude, absolutely fantastic. I picked the name because it actually means something that's stuck with me ever since high school. One of my friends called me Scalabrese on our basketball team, and ever since then it just kind of stuck because everyone would laugh when they heard it, and I continued to use that name throughout university. As in university, I became part of a radio show, and my on-air name was Scalabrese, or Jerry Scalabrese, and ever since then it just kind of stuck. So I thought I might as well bring it back somewhat for my YouTube name. So that's where the bit of the strange name comes from. Like I said, my name's Jerry. I'm from a small town in New Zealand called Palmerston North. If you haven't been there, I'm not surprised. If you haven't heard of it, I'm not surprised either. It's like I guess a big, small town, I guess you could say. There's nothing wrong with it, but people always give it a bit of stick because it's such a boring town. People say, great place to retire, probably not the best place for I guess a teenager or a young adult if they want to meet lots of people and party, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I spent a good 22 years there, and then in 2013 I moved to the biggest city in New Zealand, Auckland, and that was to go to radio school. In Palmerston North, I obviously went to high school and university there, and did a degree in media at Massey University, and became a part of a radio station there called Radio Control. Had a couple of shows, as I said earlier, with the name Scalabrese, or Jerry Scalabrese, with a couple of my friends, which was really, really cool, and sort of ignited my passion for radio, which led to my move to Auckland in 2013 to go to radio school. For those of you that have moved city, you can imagine, or you know that it is a big deal. Well, I guess the more you do it, the less of a big deal it is. But for me, it was a very big deal because I've grown up in Palmerston North all my life, and to move to not only another city but the biggest city where things are completely different, it was a big step for me. I mean, Palmerston North, it's very quiet, quite a communal sort of feel. Everyone knows each other, that sort of thing, which is really cool. Moving to Auckland, it was a bit of a culture shock, really, because it's very business orientated, I guess you could say, up here, as any big city typically is. And the people here have different attitudes, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's you can definitely notice the change coming from a small town to a big town. So it was a bit of a shock for me, but it was I don't regret doing it. It was a great thing. Made heaps of new friends up here, got a cool job, I really enjoy it, and yeah, definitely don't regret it. I wouldn't mind going back to Palmy every so often, but although it was scary moving, I don't regret doing it 1 minute. But I also know that I could go back to Palmy and just live a nice quiet life, because that's the sort of place that it is. What is it I do? I work in actually not around Auckland, you'll hear me telling you how the traffic is in Hamilton and Christchurch, and those are two other cities in New Zealand. If you're in those areas, you'll be hearing me tell you how the traffic is, if there's a traffic jam somewhere, or if there's been a crash, or if I know someone's running naked down the street, I don't know. Those sorts of information you'll hear from me every so often. Lately I was given the chance to do Auckland traffic as well, which was pretty cool. So I'm telling everyone how long their journey's going to take, etc. Doesn't sound like the most exciting thing in the world, but I enjoy it, and it gives me a chance to be on here as well. And it's taken me 3 years, but I suddenly realised, hey, I'm in front of microphones all the time. This would be a good chance to try some ASMR. So yeah, it did take a wee while, but again, like I said, bit of courage needed, but thought I might as well just give it a go, which is cool. And I'd really appreciate any help you guys could give me, or ideas, or what I could do better, etc., which would be really cool. The quick description, I guess, of my workplace, More FM. It's like a family station. You'll hear lots of like Michael Bublé or Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, that sort of music. It's just like I said, it's a bit of a family orientated station. When I do promotional work, a lot of the time we're like interacting with families and kids, which is really cool. I really enjoy doing that. My FM is a hip hop station, so you'll be hearing your DJ Khaled's, your Tigers, your 2 Chainz, your T-Pain, who's coming in a week, I think, to New Zealand, which is going to be awesome, going to their concert with my best mate, Barzak. You'll hear that sort of music, which again is cool. The promotional work is, I find a little more intense with my FM, just due to the people that you deal with are typically a lot more high energy, which is cool, but it can be exhausting at times. I've already told you about the whole traffic coordination thing and what I do. One thing that I don't like about it is having to get up at 5 in the morning all the time. I'm still trying to get used to it. I mean, it's not that bad, but when I first started doing it, it was like zombie mode when I woke up. It was not pleasant. And there's morning traffic, which runs from around 5:30 to 9 in the morning, and afternoon traffic as well, which runs from 3 till 7. Obviously the afternoon shift is a little bit better because you don't have to have that god awful wake up in the morning, but it's good anyway. I've finally started to enjoy the early morning wake up, so I'll go to work, I'll wake up at around 4, my alarm goes off at 4, and then I'll do what everyone does and push the snooze button for about 6 or 7 times. And I'll manage to get myself up around 5, and I'll head to work. And yeah, I'll stay here till around 9. And I recently have been going to a personal training course, so I'd go to work and then straight to course, which started at 10, and then sometimes I would have afternoon shift as well, so I'd go from course to afternoon shift, and it was a very long day, which was fine, but the early morning kind of sucked after having that long day. And you get used to waking up early, so in the weekends you end up crashing out early. You don't really have much of a social life, or I typically don't, because I find it annoying if I have a late night. I have to recover, and I'm too scared that I'm going to be late to work, so I now leave for go ahead. But yeah, so now that I've finished the PT course, I quite possibly could be doing some personal training in the middle of, or I guess around lunchtime. So if I have the mornings free or the afternoons free, I could do some personal training in between those periods, or before I go for my afternoon shift at the radio station. So it's a pretty cool situation that I'm in. Right, so yeah, my personal training course, that was around 6 months. That was really fun as well. I did that because I've always been a fan of exercise and, having fun with sports, etc. So I thought I'd give that a go just to add to the resume. And case things started slowing down a bit at the radio station. So I would always have something else that I could fall back on if things started to go south at the radio station. So why ASMR? Why am I just started to make an ASMR video? Well, like I said earlier, I'm making it because I've always wanted to. I've always listened to ASMR for a very long time. I'm struggling to remember when I started listening to it. I think it was around in my uni days. I think I really started listening to it in 2013, nearing the end of radio school, because we had to learn about audio, obviously, and I was doing different things with the microphone, and I think I was looking up certain techniques on YouTube of how to make binaural audio, which I didn't get around to doing because I ended up finding an ASMR video, and I listened to it, and I just sat there for ages in the studio at school, not doing anything, just listening to this video. I can't remember the title, but it was by Heather Feather, and ever since then I was listening to it nightly, and it really captivated me, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. So for the next 3-4 odd years, I just kept listening and wondering how they do it. This is all scripted. Where do they come up with their ideas, etc., etc. I was like, I want to try it, but I guess a lot of people, I think it's a bit, I don't know if it's a bit different now, but people always had a weird perception of it. Whenever I describe ASMR to someone, they think it's really weird or borderline sexual, and I can understand why people think that, but it's really not. So I was like, you know what? Instead of just watching these videos, I thought I might as well try, I guess you could say, give back to the community somehow. So yeah, that led me to giving it a go. And like I said, I work at a radio station, so I have all the equipment here in front of me. I guess I was just being lazy or a bit scared. But again, like I said, new year, new me, so let's give it a go. I guess my history of watching ASMR, as I told you, around 2013, I heard Heather Feather do one of her videos, and I really can't remember what it was. If I find it, I'll link it in the description, because I guess that was the video that got me onto ASMR in the first place. It made me feel really, I guess when I first heard it, it did make me feel a bit weird, because what I was hearing was the whispering and the sounds of the tapping, etc. I didn't know what to make of it, but eventually I just sat through it and listened to it talk, soft talk and whisper, and I was like, wow, this is actually really different. I'm enjoying this. I don't know why I'm enjoying this, but I really am. So I went home, listened to some more Heather Feather's videos, and eventually it grew the sort of videos that I was watching and who I was watching, and then I just seemed to not be able to stop watching them, which was awesome. Some of my favourite channels, obviously Heather Feather started it all for me, but also Gentle Whispering, especially her intro video. If you go onto her channel, the very first video on her channel is one called What is ASMR, where she describes what ASMR actually is and how it affects you. There's one bit of it when she does ear-to-ear whispering, which is my favourite one. My favourite piece of ASMR is ear-to-ear whispering, when she says sounds of me whispering and brushing your hair. I got one of the most intense tingles ever. So that's obviously one of my favourite videos, and it's kind of annoying that it's only a minute long, but that's alright. She's definitely one of my favourites. Massage ASMR is also good. Femoral Rift, that dude really makes me laugh. I'm not really sure, although it very much is ASMR. It's the whole tingle sensation, but one of his videos, Manly ASMR, was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and I watched that a couple of times. I actually got suggested that by my sister, who also watches ASMR, and it was a struggle to fall asleep because, and I mean that in a complimentary way, because he was really, really funny, and that was definitely one of my favorite videos by him. Fairy Shah, she's awesome. The head massage video is one of them that she did with a small request. I think that was his name. A small request was really, really good. How she does binaural audio with the head massage was amazing. Olivia Kisper, Whispers Red, I really like her accent. Whispers Red, that was really awesome. And Psyche Truth, they do amazing videos as well. And I just love them. They're great. And I think there's like obviously there's heaps and heaps of different ASMR artists these days. It's a struggle to remember them all, but those are just a few of my favourites. Um, it just, yeah, I just can't get enough of it. And what I noticed as well was they started, weirdly enough, it started helping me with some back pain. I know that sounds really strange, but when I listen to ASMR, especially ear whispering, and this is what I noticed when I was listening to gentle whispering, when I was just listening to one of her videos one day, I mainly get tingles on the right side. So when they're doing ear whisper, when they reach the left hand side of my ear, it's okay. But I get all the tingles when they move to the right side of my ear, and I feel they say the tingles go from the top of your scalp down your back. It usually just hits me in my lower back, my lower right back, and it just feels like, I don't know, that the muscles contorting somehow. And after listening to, let's say, a 20-minute video, it almost feels like I've had a bit of like a massage on my back. And I usually had a bit of lower back pain, especially in the area of the lower right hand side. So listening to these videos really helped me with that. And I don't know if that's a weird thing or not, but yeah, they obviously helped me get to sleep, but also with their back pain. So that's another reason why I continue to listen to, especially to those ear whispers. Yeah, as I'm nearing the end of the video now, what you're watching actually is me driving from work to my friend's house. So I thought that for my opening video, I'll just do a random driving video. This is in Auckland, obviously from Ponsonby, where I work. Ponsonby, Auckland, and this is St John's. So we rode on the southern motorway to St John's. So like in my job, it's my job to tell you about the traffic on the southern motorway, which is always god awful. But like I said, we're nearing the end of the video now, so thanks for listening. I hope this was a decent video. Like I said, it was very intimidating to make, especially because I like ASMR so much, and I was a bit nervous about making it. But I hope it was good. I hope it helped you get to sleep, etc. I'll continue to make videos as they come along. I might try some softly spoken ones, but again, it's got to do with me, I guess, being able to do it. I'll give it a go. But like I said, whispering one's my favourite, which is why I led with this. Always open to comments to make our future videos better, etc. I'm not sure how to make ear-to-ear binaural audio just yet, so if you know how